Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you are all doing well. Match day 10 in Serie A between Torino and Juventus, between the Granata and the Black and White, between the team of Ivan Juric and Massimiliano Allegri, a neutral fan, someone that is not watching calcio with that much intensity, especially the last few years. I will probably say Beppe. It is actually a mid-table game day today between Torino that is 10th and Juventus that is 8th. If we're looking at the ranking, guys, what can we say? They are not wrong, but they forget something. They forget that today's game between Torino and Juventus is not the usual game. It's not a normal game. They forget, and they probably don't know, that today is the Derby della Mole, a game where the salary gap between the two teams are absolutely not important. Today, the individualities are not that much important. Today, the name that you have on the back of your shirt is absolutely not important. Today, what is important is the grinta that you will put on the table, on the field, the mental that you will be able to enter that field and also and especially go out of the field. The strongest one mentally, he will win the game. And I can already tell you and anticipate you, the game will not finish at the 90th minute. No, we will go to injury time. It will be again a thriller of a game. Prepare yourself, because derby can't be a game like all the other ones. If we go back in history, one of the recent ones, the winning goal of Locatelli, that goal in the rain from outside of the box, beautiful images. We think also about Pirlo, we think about Leonardo Bonucci, so many epic moments, but we want to go back in history. We want to go back in 2015, 2016. Probably today is the last day that we have the opportunity to go back in memory to 15-16 season. That is totally different according to the men to the 22-23 team, but in terms of similarities we can find some ones. Why? Because it was a game that we were playing on game day 11. Today we are in game day 10. It was a game that we were playing in October, 31st of October by then, for 15th of October today. It was actually a Juventus that was able to win only 3 times in Serie A until the Derby della Mole. It is today a team that is only to be able to win 3 times in Serie A. A lot of similarities. But from that moment, from that goal of Juan Panita Cuadrado that jumped to catch that ball at the 93rd minute to win that Derby della Mole, from that game on, we won 26 times on 28 with a winning streak of 15 games until the goal at the 88th minute of Zaza. Do you remember? Today we have a total different team. We have total different men. We don't have the same leadership as back then. We are thinking about Chiellini, Buffon, and so on and so on. Other men, but maybe the same destiny. Starting to win today will not change the destiny of Juventus in a short time, but can maybe give that electroshock, that impulse to go back to be Juventus. A difficult challenge. Probably a lot more than in 2015, 2016. Put a maximum of likes. Subscribe to the channel for the Derby della Mole. We open some Italian front pages, like for example Gazzetta dello Sport, who is saying thrilling derby, because it will be a thriller of a derby. Of course, they are speaking about other teams. We don't care. We have to go fast today. So Tutto Sport is saying derby da paura. A fear derby, because of course a lot of teams are scared. If Torino lose, they will be anonymous. They will be totally anonymous. They will stay there. If Juventus lose today, Torino goes over and they are relaunching their season. But if Juventus lose today, it is a disaster. More already than what we have today. I have to go back even more in time. Today it's a big history of Juve, because it's Derby della Mole. No, I will not speak to you about that guy, Il Principino, that was feeling the tension of the derby more than any other game, because when you are from Torino, you feel the derby. No, I want to go back to September 2007, where again a thrilling derby brings us back to a guy that was called David Leroy, Sergio Trezeguet, the Frenchman that was able to change the destiny of that derby, to play for the honor. We didn't win the Scudetto back then, but we were able to honor the season where we went back in Serie A with a goal at the 93rd minute, again a 93rd minute goal. Can we win today again with a 1-0 at the 93rd minute? We will have to wait. we will have to wait until the end of the game. David Trezeguet, why am I speaking about him? Because today it's his birthday. Happy birthday to David Trezeguet, my favorite non-Italian player, my second all-time ever favorite player after Del Piero. We continue. Double page in Tuttosport, we sing La paura fa 90. The fear will last for 90 minutes in the derby. If Max Allegri is losing, he will stay, but he will stay in hell. We know it already. If he loses today, it will be even more a disaster than it is today. We can lose today because Juventus is probably mentally not as strong as we were thinking in the beginning of the season. We are seeing a fragile Juventus. They will have to counter that man. Yeah, he will stay, but how long? This is the big question that everyone is asking me on the channel. How long will Max Allegri stay? Well, today is the birthday of someone else. Another Frenchman, Didier Deschamps. That was our player. That was our player. That was also our coach in Serie B. He has a job to finish. I always said one day I hope he comes back to finish the job. Happy birthday to Didier Deschamps. Will he be the next trainer? Maybe already if the results are not changing after the World Cup. Hey, who knows? Let's see. Or will it be Antonio Conte? Antonio Conte that is taking time. He's taking time before signing the renewal with Tottenham. Why? Because the coach, apparently his dream would be to come back to Juve, but he's waiting for some signs of Andrea Agnelli. Maybe he already received the signs and we don't know. What is Corriere dello Sport saying? The last Italian page? Well, they are saying Max, derby finale. Maybe the final derby for Max Allegri. Keane, he will probably be there on the field. Bonucci, no. Ecco la Juve per uscire dalla crisi. Keane, yes. Bonucci, no. This is the Juventus to go out of the crisis. Which Juventus are they speaking about? Well, quite easy. We see it here with the 3-5-2. Yesterday I already said in sign of protest that I was absolutely not happy to change again from 4-man defense to 3-man defense to 5-man defense to 4-4-2, 2-3. I don't know. I don't care. Again, we are changing, but today looks like we have a lot of surprises because Szczesny will be in the goal. We see Alexandro and Danilo on the left and the right side in that 3-man defense with Bremer in the middle, his normal original role that he was playing with in Torino, because for him today it is the derby as a first derby as an ex. He will go back to his ex-home for the first time today. Guys, Bonucci out. If this is confirmed, that can be really a big sign. Today, we will know the truth. We will have some understanding of what's happening also in the locker room. If Bonucci is not playing today from the start, it means a lot of things. Who will be on the left? Kostic. Who will be on the right? Cuadrado, the man that already assisted 8 times versus Torino. 3 goals for Torino. It's a team that he particularly liked. In the middle, we have Locatelli, McKennie, and Rabiot. Predicted lineups with Paredes on the bench. Probably Paredes or tired or not convincing enough the technical staff of Juve. In the front, Moiskin and Vlahovic. Moiskin, let's see. It's maybe also for him his last derby. We'll have to understand it. Guys, speaking about young players apparently they are a bit scared to do some mistakes, and the leaders that we were speaking about, why is Bonucci not there? Because the leaders of the team today, the veterans, the seniors, are not leaders, and this is why we have a Juventus that has no personality, the word that has to be worked on in groups, in the retiro, that mini retiro of 2 days, the touching the hearts, touching the brain of the players to go back on the field with the eyes of the tiger. The eyes of the tiger that we lost so many times ago. But also, not only that will be needed, also the goals will be needed. The one of Dusan Vlahovic. Dusan Vlahovic had already played 8 times versus Torino. He was able to score only once in August 21 when he was playing with Fiorentina. Today we are counting on him. We are really counting on him. We need him today versus Torino. And then we finish with the last news. The last news is that I tell you that today I will be on the Juve Twitch channel as usual for the pre-game, for the watch-along, and then here, post-game on the channel to try to celebrate the first win of how many, we don't know, but hopefully for a lot of wins. Guys, we go for the derby di Torino. Andiamo ragazzi, forza Juve!